Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Nekopon. Today we're going to take a look at the Legend Race event again. Right now Special Week is finally out and we can challenge her. We're going to look over some event details first and then go into some character builds. If you want to learn how to build your own characters for this event, check out my previous video that will help you get started. Since the target race has remained the same from the Alcondor Passa part of the event, I think it's safe to assume it will also remain the same for when we challenge Rudolph from March 22nd. We can also assume we can use the same characters we built for the Alcondor Passa race. The Special Week Legend Race Challenge is available from the 18th to the 21st. Make sure to use all 3 of your attempts to race her every single day because you'll get a prize regardless of if you win or lose. If you lose, you get a varying number of Special Week shards. I think the number is based on your ranking. And if you win, you get 7 shards and a bonus of another shard or some money or some support points. Lastly, if you get first place, you're gonna get the one-time bonuses, which is an additional 10 Special Week pieces, 150 jewels, 10,000 monies, and of course a new trophy, which is super cute because it has like her shoes as part of the design, and then another 100 jewels for the trophy. Don't forget, you can also get more rewards, including more Special Week shards from doing the daily missions. You can access the daily missions from the event landing page right here. The daily missions are to do training once, win a race in training, and play PvP once. Really easy stuff. You can get more or less 80 shards of Special Week, which is fantastic. This event is such a great opportunity to collect more Special Week shards. Don't miss out on it. Now let's get into the character builds and their races. To start, I'm going to be showing off Vodka and Gold Ship first. I trained both of them specifically for this race, and then I'll show Suzuka and Minato Bourbon, which I covered briefly in my last video where they surpassed Alcondor Passa. If you want to see a build with Nice Nature and McQueen, please check out my previous video that will be linked below. All the races will be displayed on the left side here so you can see how my races went against Legend Special Week with each of the mentioned builds. First, let's start off with Vodka. Even though she managed to snag an S in the leader strategy, I actually ran her and raised her as a betweener. Her overall stats look pretty good for a betweener, maybe just a little bit less stamina and more in power would have been nice. I was lucky she managed to get S for medium distance race. That was very helpful in this events race. I actually only managed to get 1 medium distance skill along the way, but she did get a lot of generally good skills that are useful no matter what she's running. Next we have Gold Ship, and this Gold Ship is interesting, but when is she not interesting, right? I was raising her this morning specifically for this race, but I couldn't clear the finals. It was more of a challenge for me because I'm used to running mostly runners and leaders, and Gold Ship is actually a chaser, so her stats are completely different. The first time was a complete bust because I pumped way too much speed into here, but this one came out sort of okay. She didn't clear the URA finals, but I did manage to grab some interesting things on her on this run, so I want to see if she could do this race. So the interesting part about this Gold Ship is that she managed to inherit the S for medium distance, which is really helpful. We also have 4 skills that directly improve her chances at winning this race. They're good condition turf, sunny day weather, Hawkeye, and medium distance straight line. Undoubtedly, these made a huge difference in her success since she's lacking a ton of raw stats to actually win this race in the first place. Still, the race was super close, so I'm not sure if she would be able to manage another first place. It's really impressive though, since her stats are actually pretty poor, so I think if she managed to get through the URA finals, she would have a solid build. Here we have Silent Suzuka. This Suzuka had no trouble with Alcondor Passa, and she didn't have much trouble with Special Week either. She didn't get any S's in her attributes, but Suzuka has mostly been the type of racer that just uses her heart anyway. In her stats, I think she probably had too much stamina and guts, and given the chance to reallocate these stats, I probably would have put more of it into intelligence. Her skills were particularly helpful here because she has the counterclockwise one, which you can get with her level 2 awakening, and she also had the Tokyo racetrack skill. She also has 1 medium distance skill here, which is the straight line skill, which is very helpful. The last build I have for you today is Minato Bourbon, another build that I used against El Condor Pasa. This one is an example of a powerhouse that ignores whatever that is put in front of her. Although she's a little bit slower than desired, the rest of her stats are pretty impressive. None of her skills are particular to this race either, she just has a lot of generally useful skills. In the end, she won based on her own merit and nothing else, which is also impressive. Generally, I think it's best to have at least 2 to 3 skills that are specifically good for this race unless you have really good stats or have a lot of generally good skills at your disposal, otherwise it can be a pretty difficult race. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of this information was helpful to you. Let me know what you think and how you're faring in this event down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed your time here with me today, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll see you all next time. Happy racing!